wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas. The roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Fields. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
Off play action, Fields sliding out of the pocket. Going to throw right side here, complete. That catch good for only a couple. Well, these two teams, they met earlier in the year in Jacksonville with the Jags coming out on top. So a win here in Houston would give them the season sweep. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields finds a seam inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 34. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Fields throwing again. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Watson. That's complete. It's Collins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Watson. Not much there, only a yard. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Rolling to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Watson. Eluding the... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Josh Allen. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. first down, it's Fields. That's complete, Okuegbunam. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And just a yard to go here on second down. Gets around him, runs over him, and past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
From the 29, Fields. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get this down to the 10.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A good red zone run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second and goal. They'll try again, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. And it wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and it's now 14-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 2nd and 10, Watson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. This is caught inside the 15. A big connection on that one, 32 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Watson off play action. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap, Fields. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On play action, Fields. Flush to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. CD, that's the 2nd time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game, so you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Watson's throw into the hands of Hooper. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Off of play action, it's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Fields now to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now it's Fields. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And the Texans scoop it. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
A big play there on the catch and run.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continue.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. This one left side caught by Collins. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Nagar is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught by Hooper. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Watson. This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Watson looks to throw again. This will be caught inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of, until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
Now it's Watson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Still fighting. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the 2nd half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Fields on 1st down. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I think that was a pretty good read right there. They caught him in zone defense and went to the hitch. And because they're in zone, that creates a natural space between the defenders and the receiver, able to get it to him quickly and let him get upfield.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Josh Lambeau, the kickoff for Jacksonville.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And some room to maneuver. And all the way down to the 35. A huge play there for Houston.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the leg.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. And nowhere to hide on that play.
No, there was not, because every exit door, that was surrounded. And I think that was supposed to be a bootleg, but he had no chance to get outside the pocket and try and make a play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back now in Houston. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Single, slop. Hey, you're on an island over there.
On first down, it's Watson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stairs on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
48 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
First down, Jaguars.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Bulldozes past him. And this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
Well, partners, my old man used to say, make sure you strap up tight if you're going to try and stop one of those big horses out there. As you just saw there, this guy does not go down easily.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming out.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Off play action. Fields. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if we turn to the next-gen stats, the final clocking, well, it's ridiculous. 22.5 miles an hour.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
On first down, Watson. And this will be swung out for Lindsey. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And his throw here is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a first and 10 at the 43. To throw is Watson. He'll find Lindsey here. That catch good for only a couple. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To the air yet again, Watson. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28. Here's Watson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw once more on second and 10. Watson has got Hooper on the short connection. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Here's Watson. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that? Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And how he got away from that first tackler, no idea, but he did, and it winds up with positive yardage. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep, fighting him off. He'll have a first down past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. A gain there of 21 yards. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here, we do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. The 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Cam Akers, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jags add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they knock that deficit down from 29 to 26. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jags, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.